video number 4. Yeah, but it's just an idea, but not a fanatical idea. It's not a nonsense, vexatious idea. It's a real, real, that points to the difficulty of proof and not the impossibility of proof. And again, the impossibility of proof would mean the acquittal. Okay, she's getting away with not being investigated. She's getting away with a difficulty of proof, but she's not, most certainly not getting away with the impossibility of the proof. If the absence of proof truly is there, then she would be acquitted, and I would be the first to, throw in the towel on this whole thing. I'd be like, hey man, this is wonderful. My whole study has led me to the truth. I don't care. To be honest, which side of the battle I'm on, as long as it's on the side of the truth, right? Let's say, for example, hey, the pill does not cause embryonic death. Oh, that's wonderful. Hey, I'm going to be the first one to say, everybody should take birth control pills, right? Well, everybody already does, but I'm the first one to say, well, they're safe and they're actually designed to, to do what they're supposed to do, which is not the pill should not be causing embryonic death, because that would be like an absurdly evil thing, right? To even imagine that these people were to put forth these kinds of pills, these drugs that would cause embryonic death. I mean, that's just absurd to even imagine that there are some pills on the market today that you can take, and the doctors will lie to these patients saying that implantation is starting a pregnancy to hide the fact that the pill causes embryonic death. Well, you know what, you put two to two together, it sure smells like it could. All right, let's continue. Man, it's extremely egregious. This crime is extremely egregious. Advocates of a precautionary approach argue that when the subject under consideration involves potential human life, uncertainty should not automatically be interpreted in favor of assumptions of harmlessness. What do we have? We have the assumption of harmlessness. I don't even think we have that. I think we just have the implantation, the flawed idea that the implantation is starting a pregnancy, and then I think they know. I don't believe any rational any learned individual, just like the Supreme Court's justices, right, will agree that implantation is that notion should be rejected. Every time that somebody were to bring that up, they should be, you know, penalized by, given a type of penalty, right? Because I mean, somebody that were to utter that lie, right? That damnable lie that causes so much harm to our civilization should be, literally put in the prison for some sort of contempt or something like that. That's how bad that is. That lie of implantation is not. It will deceive people. That's the point. It actually deceives people. Lying is a terrible thing, and lying about this implantation is starting a pregnancy. I mean, that's absolutely, you know, you know. It's not foolish. It's just, an evil, wicked deed, right? The lying like that, uttering these types of, bearing false witnesses upon this nonsense lie, will harm people. Will really, cause the death of these individuals, these babies, the developing humans, right? So they maintain that good faith inquiry requires continued examination of any biologically plausible mechanism that could result in the loss of embryonic human life. Um, Large populations and long periods of contraceptive exposure create circumstances in which rare biological events, if they occur at all, could potentially occur somewhere within the population. This observation has led some commentators to conclude that the possibility warrants continued scientific investigation rather than dismissed. This is a non-zero. That means that any kind of which way, even extremely conservative, estimates of statistical probability or likelihood will put this, will put what? Will put the pill causes embryonic death at, or at non-zero, right? That means that it will happen. It will happen, right? That this has happened. I'll see you in the next video.